Hello everyone, it's Shanna. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've got this gift and I want to make a coordinating tag that matches it. I'm using this Gathering Stitches die set from Spellbinders, and it's one where you can make like a cross stitch pattern, and I'm also bringing in the classy numbers so I can put first birthday on there. And I've got my Altenew inks. I thought they would match this gift wrapping very well, and I'm going to bring in a gray because it's got gray in it. And I'm just going to make a matchy tag for my little gift for my great niece who's turning 1. I made this video Friday night, and her party's Saturday morning, so I was kind of cutting it close getting the tag ready, but I'm kind of fighting a cold too, so I apologize for my voice. Anyway, so I'm going to just bring in some white, and I'm going to cut my rainbow pieces out of the white cardstock, and then we'll color it with our Altenew inks that we have there. And I'm going to bring in my classy numbers, and I'm going to get my 1 and my ST. And I'm also bringing in my dies from my calendar, my advent calendar, because there was a little heart in there that matched the pattern paper, that heart, really well. So here I'm grabbing my classy numbers and I'm getting my first out, and I'm just going to die cut them all out in white. And I'm looking to see, and I grabbed this happy birthday sentiment, and I don't wind up using it. I also left those sequins out thinking I'd use those, but I wind up not using those as well, because I'm just going to kind of keep it looking like a little cross stitch pattern. So I'm going to cut this paper down so it'll fit on my scout, and then we'll just get these pieces die cut out so we can get them colored up. And I'm going to try and run everything through in a single pass, but we'll have to run some things through. And I'm lining this happy birthday up with tape so that it'll press right, but like I said, I'll wind up not using it. Sometimes you just don't know what all you're going to use on your card, so I have a tendency to die cut out some extra things, and then I can choose what I want to do. So I'm just going to get all my little bits and pieces out of here, and we'll get to working on this. And my sister actually texted me and said she needed a card too. So when I got finished with this, I actually made her a card. I didn't video it though. I was trying to hurry because I wanted to watch Craft Roulette. And so I wanted to get this one done and get her card done, and then sit down and watch Craft Roulette. My husband, Pat, was gone. He was on a officiating trip, and I ordered me a pizza from Pizza Hut and just had some pizza and had a little crafty session here, and then I sat down and watched Craft Roulette, and then just kind of zoinked out after that. I didn't make my Craft Roulette card because I'm fighting this cold. I've been kind of getting a lot of rest. I actually took a nap too after the boys left. I took about an hour and a half nap just trying to kick this, but it's hanging on. So I'm just bringing in my silicone mat here. This is for stenciling, and it's very inky. I did take and clean it afterward and got it cleaned up real nice. But we're just going to take each of these little pieces individually and color them with these inks that I've got to match our packaging. So I've got raspberry, strawberry, blush, and something else are the colors. It's a 4-pack that comes together from Altenew. And I've designated this particular blending brush for this set of inks. And I usually I cleaned it up, got all the ink off that I could, and I just start with my lightest color, and then I'll go light to dark and just use this same brush for all of them. This first color is really light. think it's blush. And then we'll just do our next one. And get it colored up. And these colors really, I lucked out. They matched beautifully with that wrapping paper. Just get that next color. We're getting darker and darker as we go. And then I think it's this next piece that's real thin, and it's been a minute since I've used this set, and it's hard to get out unless you do 2 passes. So I will try to get it out, but it will rip, and I'll have to run another die through to get this piece. I had forgotten that little piece, it actually you need to run 2 passes so that you can get it out easily. I'm going to take my knife here, and I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to cut that stencil silicone mat there. So I'm really not putting any pressure on it, but I'm trying to get it out. I just brought in another piece of paper to layer it up a little bit just to be careful, but I unsuccessfully am able to get this one out, and so it'll tear. But I just want to leave it in to show you, some of the things you go through. So I decided, forget that. We'll move on to the next one. We'll ink blend it, and then I'll just run another pass through of that die and go 2 times on it. And then I think we wind up coloring it gray. And that way we've got the gray in there because my pattern paper has a gray layer of rainbow as well. So I've got my gray here, and I'm going to color up the last little bitty one. I forgot about it. And we've got it. And we'll get this out of the way. And I'm going to bring my piece of paper in and my die back in, and we're going to make another pass. And we'll go 2 times through the machine so that we'll be sure and cut it better, and then we'll be able to get that thin piece out. I could have skipped that, but I thought, I could do better. So we'll just go forward and then backward, and it'll die cut it better. I'll still have to use my knife for just a little tiny area, but I will be able to get that out. And you can see it's a lot looser there. It's just a real thin strip. I'm just going to use my knife and just snip that little piece there. And I was able to get it out. So I didn't bring in my silicone mat. I actually used the lightest pink on this is what I wound up doing. I thought I used gray, but I used the gray on the decorative pieces. So I didn't use my silicone mat, so I've got to clean my desk off. And then this is the, like the holder for your cross stitch, your hoop. And I'm going to get it laid down on this pink paper that kind of matches the inks that I've used. And because the hoops that they sent me, they sent 2 big ones, 2 medium ones, I think, and 2 small ones. And the big ones are too big for this die cut panel that you would lay your cross stitch stuff on. And so I had to back it with this pink so that I could lay it in there. And so that's what I'm going to do. And we'll just have a little pink around the edge of it. And I'm going to tape these together just to hold the two pieces together nicely while I glue it down. And then we'll put some glue on there on both pieces and get it laid down. I just wanted to kind of line them up nice and neat and glue them together so it'll be easier to get them laid down together. So I'm putting that craft knife up because I saw it sitting there on the side, and I thought, I'm going to cut myself if I don't put that away. So now I'm kind of zoomed out on this one, and it was because I had that big packaging in there. So you can kind of see how, as we progress, things pile up on the sides of my desk area there. Crafting gets a little bit messy, and I usually try to keep a pretty clean area for my video, but I'm zoomed out so you can kind of see how, as I'm using things, I just kind of throw them off to the side, and then when I get finished, I have to put everything away. It was funny because I did this one, and then I did that card for my sister, and I knew that Craft Roulette was starting, and I told myself, I was like, okay, just like 10 minutes of really fast cleanup so I can get in there and watch it. So I was like zooming around. I was like, you know, just pick it up, put it away. I was encouraging myself just as much as I could get done in 10 minutes, get everything put away. So I like to just keep it clean so that when I go in the next time, I've got a clean area and I can just think about what I want to do and not have stuff pile up and around me. So that's what I did. So I'm just taking my first and my little hearts and I'm inking them up. Again, not using that silicone mat. But that's the beauty of that glass mat. You can just, you know, do a lot of things on it and just clean it up nicely. And it's just a great surface to work on. I always link that glass mat in my description box below. It's in my craft room materials area. I should say most of the time I do. Most of the time, all my craft room material, not all of them, but a lot of the big things that are in my craft room that I work with are linked in the description box below. So if you need some ideas for some things that you might want to consider for your craft room, I usually have them linked up in there. But this glass mat is from Glassboard Studios, and it's wonderful. The only disadvantage of it is you have a glare from your lighting. But if you're not making videos, that's not really an issue. So I usually try to angle my camera or raise and lower my desk in a manner in which the glare isn't in there. Sometimes it's not always possible depending on how I need to zoom in. But that's the only disadvantage to the glass board that I can see, because it's magnetic and it's just really a nice tool. I'm struggling with getting this cut out because I'm getting into the board rather than the paper. And we'll just keep working at it. I thought this would be a fun little tag, and then my niece can keep it, you know, like a little memory from her first birthday party or something like that. I don't know if she will or not, but I just thought it was fun, and it would make a cute tag for the gift. The little gift is this, it's like a little, I don't know, scooter bicycle thing for just a little bit. She's a tiny little thing, so it's not a great big thing, but I think she'll have fun playing on it. It was on her gift registry, and I thought, well, that'd be fun. So I ordered that, and that's what the gift is. Now, this is the little decorative pieces that go with a little rainbow, and I'm getting those laid down on there. And there's 2 of those. And this, again, just kind of matches that wrapping paper. You know, they've got some decorative layers to the rainbow on the paper as well. I sent my sister said, I need a card. And I texted her back and I said, oh, okay. I said, I'm making a tag to match the wrapping paper that I've wrapped the gift in. And my sister said, of course you are. Because I'm a matchy-matchy person, and she knows that. So I thought it was funny. I laughed when she sent that back. Of course you are. Anyway, that's just how I roll. My daughters are the same way. We're kind of extra in that way. One time we went to the movies to watch Frozen, and it was my oldest daughter, her husband, myself, and the kids. And did Hannah go? I think my other daughter might have went because we went to Muncie. I can't remember. And we had all of the characters to the movie, and we all dressed up and went into the movie looking like the characters. It was fun, but some gal that went in there and said, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so extra. I wish I was that way." Anyway, it was fun. My daughter's husband was the guy in there, and my granddaughter was, of course, the Frozen character, and I was the moose. I had the moose head thing. It was hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, we kind of are over the top a little bit with our, I guess with everything. Anyway, I used the tape to hold the pieces in place so that I could just glue them up and lay them down on there, and then use the release paper. Now, I rubbed that tape all over my shirt to try and take some of the stickiness away, and it still did pull a little bit of the collar off. I was not happy with it, but it isn't that bad. Now, this is where it's wanting to pull, just right there. And it's not bad, but it's not perfect. But it'll be okay. So now I'm going to figure out how I can get my first to fit on here. Probably should have moved my rainbow down just a little bit, but it's going to work on the side here. And we're going to put our 1 and our ST from the Classy number set on there. And then I'm going to do some of those hearts. I'm going to bring in some of those hearts and lay them around there. This is where I figured out I don't want to use that happy birthday banner. I just don't have room for it. So I'm going to get this glued up, and we'll get the first laid down on there, and then we'll add our little hearts. Now, there was a little heart underneath the rainbow on the packaging, and that's what prompted me to get the heart. So I'm going to lay this one underneath the rainbow there, and then I'll use the other two in the other side. And we've kind of got our little triangle with our hearts, and then our rainbow, and we're not going to use any sequins. And I'm going to use the gray, the light gray, for this heart, and we'll get it laid down there as well. And this has come together. I really like it. I think it's going to look cute on that package. I'm just going to clean up my area, pushing everything to the side, bringing in my gift. And isn't this cute? Very matchy-matchy. I think it turned out super cute. I'm going to bring some ribbon. Had some ribbon in my stash, and I'm just going to feed it through this where the hoop, it has the little twisty thing where you tighten it. And I'm just going to snip that off if I can find my scissors in that pile of junk there. And we're going to tighten this up, put a bow around there, and this is going to be the tag for my gift. I think it turned out really cute. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.